How did Israel pull this off, where they managed to have, on 2 consecutive days, Hezbollah pages and then walkie-talkies exploding, killing Hezbollah operators and terrorists in the most surgically precise and brilliant military operation I can think of? It's like out of a movie. It's absolutely remarkable and must have taken so much meticulous planning. And there's no doubt that it will make a significant blow psychologically and militarily to Hezbollah. How did they do this? This would have taken so much meticulous planning, and people are starting to speculate and investigate how it happened. I want to read to you Jonathan Yerushalmi and Dan Milmo in The Guardian, who have done an explainer piece. And I know The Guardian can be often very hostile to Israel, but this isn't such a bipartisan piece. This is trying to investigate how it happened. And we're going to talk about this. Now, we know, of course, that one of the reasons that Hezbollah would have used these kind of old school walkie-talkies and pages. I mean, pages, I haven't had a pages for years. It was used by my parents like 20 years ago. But Hezbollah were probably thinking they were being smart by using them because maybe Israel couldn't track them. But no, Israel has shown that she's still got it and she's ahead of the game. So here's what they wrote. It remains unclear how exactly such an audacious attack was carried out, but this is what we know so far. A small amount of explosives were planted inside a new batch of 5,000 pages ordered by Hezbollah for its members, according to a senior Lebanese security source who spoke to the Reuters news agency. Israel's intelligence service were responsible, the source said. The Mossad injected a board inside of the device that has explosive material that receives a code. It's very hard to detect it through any means, even with any device or scanner, the source said. Another security source told Reuters that up to 3 grams of explosives had been hidden in the new pages and had gone undetected by Hezbollah for months. The source said 3,000 of the pages had exploded when a coded message was sent to them, simultaneously activating the explosives. An American official who spoke anonymously to the New York Times made similar claims, adding that the devices had been tampered with before they reached Lebanon. Explosive material was reportedly hidden in each page next to the battery, along with a switch that could remotely detonate the device. And I want to show you what it is that I'm looking at, which explains exactly how this would have worked. Okay, so this is the pager, and this is where you'd have a message appearing to be from Hezbollah leadership, reportedly causing the pages to detonate. Devices beep for several seconds before detonating simultaneously. Absolutely remarkable stuff. According to the New York Times, the pages received a message at 3:30 p.m. local time that appeared to have come from the group's leadership. It was this message that is believed to have activated the explosives. Several videos being circulated, the explosions appeared to show victims checking their pages in the seconds before they exploded. Fewer details have emerged about Wednesday's walkie-talkie blast, but a security source told Reuters they had been bought by Hezbollah 5 months ago, about the same time that the pages were bought. The Mossad has not commented on either attack. Where did the devices come from? The plot appeared to have been many months in the making. The walkie-talkies are understood to have been bought about the same time as the pages. An image of the devices examined by Reuters showed an inside panel labelled ICOM and made in Japan. ICOM said in a brief statement on its website it was aware of media reports that walkie-talkies with stickers bearing its logo had exploded in Lebanon. We are currently trying to establish the facts and will provide updates on our website as new information becomes available, it said. The wireless communications company, based in the western city of Osaka, had offices in several other countries, including the US, Germany, and China. The firm has previously said that production of model IC-V82, which appeared to be the model in images seen by Reuters, was phased out in 2014. Hezbollah ordered 5,000 pages marketed by the Taiwan-based company Gold Apollo, according to the Lebanese official, and it was these new devices that exploded. Other sources told Reuters that these pages had been brought into the country in the Northern Hemisphere spring. Analysts at the open source intelligence group Bellingcat also identified the pages as coming from Gold Apollo. A source close to Hezbollah told the AFP news agency that the pages that exploded concern a shipment recently imported by Hezbollah, which appeared to have been sabotaged at source. A senior Lebanese source told Reuters the device identified as the AR-924 model had been modified by Israel's spy service at the production level. There is no suggestion that Taiwan-based Gold Apollo was aware its device had been tampered with. The company's founder, Xu Qing Kuang, told reporters on Wednesday that the pages used in the attack had not been manufactured by Gold Apollo, but by BAC Consulting, a company based in Hungary that had the right to use Taiwanese firm's brand. However, Christiana Barsoni Archidiakono, the chief executive of the BAC, told NBC, "I don't make the pages. I'm just the intermediate. I think you got it wrong." Elijah Magnia, a Brussels-based security analyst, told AFP, "For Israel to embed an explosive trigger with a new batch of pages, they would have likely needed access to the supply chain of these devices." Now, why does Hezbollah use pages? A pager is a small wireless device that can receive and in some cases send messages but cannot make calls. Popular in the 80s and 90s, their use quickly declined in the early 2000s with the rise of mobile phones. Hezbollah is known for using the lower tech device to communicate because unlike mobile phones, they can evade location tracking and monitoring by Israeli intelligence. Yossi Melman, a co-author of the book Spies Against Armageddon, said a lot of people in Hezbollah carry these pagers, not just top echelon commanders. A security breach of this scale is seen by experts as hugely embarrassing and damaging to the morale in the militant group. This would easily be the biggest counterintelligence failure that Hezbollah has had in decades, said Jonathan Panikov, a former US government deputy national intelligence officer on the Middle East. Now, why are mobile phones so trackable? Hezbollah is well aware of the threat posed by using mobile phones. In February, the group's general secretary, Nasrallah, warned supporters their phones were more dangerous than Israeli spies, saying they should break, bury, or lock the devices in an iron box. Mobile phones can be used to track someone's location because they regularly ping masts as they move around, allowing their signal to move to different masts in the network. The phone is constantly pinging away to stay in touch with whatever network it's using, said Alan Woodward, a professor of cybersecurity at Surrey University. If you monitored the network, you could locate the signal from a specific phone, he said, by seeing which masts were interacting with the device and locating the handset within the overlapping range of those masts. In urban areas, the density of masts makes for an accurate zeroing in process. You could do a simple triangulation, said Woodward. GPS receivers on phones used for mapping apps, for instance, also give a device location, although you would need to hack your way inside a phone to receive that information. As a safety move, therefore, Hezbollah turned to pagers which listen out for a signal from transmission networks in order to receive a message but do not ping back. There's no communication made by the pager to monitor, Woodward said. You cannot locate the pager because it is doing nothing but listening, he said. However, Hezbollah clearly did not anticipate the device itself being used as a potential weapon. Referring to the walkie-talkie explosions on Wednesday, Woodward said the devices could be tracked because they communicated with each other via radio frequencies, but that tracking was a difficult task, that they were not as vulnerable as mobile phones, which may have been why Hezbollah used them. Again, the group did not appear to have suspected that they would be used as explosives. That's the end of the article, and quite frankly, when I was told about this, I was actually in a conference at the time, and someone said to me, "Do you hear about the pagers explosion?" I said, "What? The Hezbollah pages have all exploded." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "What? Like, you mean like in a factory or something?" No. Each Hezbollah operator and terrorist, all of their pages have simultaneously exploded. I was like, I've never heard of anything like this before. What Israel has pulled off is just astonishing. And as I said before, this would take such meticulous planning that it is an incredible, incredible feat. What they did here, and also in assassinating Hania, the head of Hamas, in Tehran, if there was any question whether Israel still got it, I think the doubters, their concerns can be put to bed. Israel cannot be complacent. She has much more to do, both militarily, politically, and on the PR front. I certainly believe we need to be changing our tune there to deal with the root question of who actually inherits the land. That's what the root of this comes down to. But boy, oh boy, what they've done here on the military field, this is impressive. And for sure is going to have an impact on morale on the other side.
Hi, thank you so much for watching. To watch another one, click here. To stay up to date with all our content, click here to subscribe. And if you're able to, you can help to grow and grow by clicking join below this video, where you can become a member and get perks including early access to videos and private live discussions with me. But most of all, you'll be partnering with us on our mission to change the world.